everybody, and welcome to the 1940s. I'm kidding, I don't know what year it is, somebody please get me out. Either way, I'm going to be telling you about two of the fugitives from the American Lost Generation, even though it's not my job. Please save me. Now, for our first fact about Edmund Wilson, he was actually given the nickname Bunny by his mother. I find that a little bit amusing. You'd think an old man would stop calling himself Bunny after the age of 8. However, Edmund Wilson continued to call himself that all the way through to adulthood, and even after his death, people still call him that. I find that's a bit of a weird legacy, but to each their own. Now, for our second fact, did you know that Edmund Wilson carried a pack of cards with him everywhere he went? It's not because he was actually good at poker, quite the opposite, he was terrible at it. But it was actually because he would use it to try and perform magic tricks with his group of friends to impress them. I don't think it quite worked though, because no one was ever actually impressed. I think the only impressive thing about that is his audacity. Thirdly, Wilson had quite a number of secrets, but he wasn't really even private about them, so could you really call them secrets? For instance, most is known about his private life because he quite literally published them in terms of diaries, fiction, and letters. I suppose one could call this version of Wilson a playboy. He divorced the first after 7 years, the second one died, and the third one was very bitter. I'd say he's well on his way to becoming the next Henry VIII. Moving onward to our lovely lady Sylvia Beach. I quite like her because I don't like Edmund Wilson. He seemed quite presumptuous. Firstly, she quite literally grew up a church girl. She was the daughter of a Presbyterian minister, for Christ's sake. However, that didn't prevent her from helping to publish James Joyce's Ulysses, which is known for its explicit content. And she was the only publisher in all of the area that was willing to make it happen, so it's quite ironic. Secondly, I find it quite interesting that her bookshop closed because she refused to interact with a Nazi officer. Legend has it that Sylvia Beach refused to give a Nazi officer her last copy of James Joyce's Finnegan. Because of that, she was detained for 6 months, and well, if you can't run a bookshop for 6 months, it's going shut down. So, it's quite a tragic fate, but I like her audacity as well. For our last fact about Sylvia Beach, it's actually about her relationship with Adrian Monnier. She was actually a partner in Monnier's bookstore for several years, and the story goes that Sylvia Beach's hat had flown away in the wind and Monnier's heart had stopped, and, well, I guess you could say they were roommates. Best friends even. For more videos, you can check out the rest of our channel. It's not quite as obnoxious as this one because I'm the one being tortured, but you can check out some of the others, for example Noreen, Hella, or me, my other counterpart, my descendant in 20 years. Please somebody save me, I'm going to cry.